Hello, everyone. This is the most important training video you're going to check out as a part of this online series. This is all about safety. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, safety sounds boring. Safety is not for me. I'm a teenager. I'm a college student. I'm invincible. Wrong. Part of this humble, hungry, people smart framework we talk about for success requires humility, recognizing that we are not invincible. We must be safe, be wise for our own good, as well as the good of those we serve. So let's dive into it, all right? The reality is that business comes with a certain amount of risk, but the wise business person seeks to risk only money. When you're investing your money, there's a chance you don't get it back. If you start a business, there's a chance you don't make a whole lot of money. Risking money is okay. Unnecessarily risking the safety of a human being is not okay. So as we talk about safety, there are four big things we want to talk through today. The first one is protecting your property. Number two is the property of others. Number three is your safety. And then most importantly, the safety of others, your customers, the innocent bystanders that are hanging out around the property. God forbid a child could get hurt in one of these business transactions. We don't want that. You don't want that. We want to walk through a few of those. So let's go ahead and dive into how to protect your property. A couple quick things here. First of all, lock your equipment. Every year, at least one or two students gets their equipment stolen. All right. So if you're leaving equipment in the back of your truck, just know that if there's not a lock on it, you are assuming unnecessary risk. If you are mowing the backyard, it might be wise to take your equipment with you, unless you have a good lock. So lock your equipment. People do steal. It's sad. It's unfortunate. Just be warned, lock your equipment. Number two is maintain your equipment. All right. If you want your equipment to last long-term, sharp blades, oil changes, things like that. Next is you want to have vehicle insurance. If something were to happen to your vehicle while you're driving, that is a major investment. You want to make sure you've got some insurance on that vehicle. And then lastly, we've got insurance on expensive equipment. So if you're driving around town with a $10,000 lawnmower in the back of your truck, you might want to have that insured as well. A good rule on insurance is if it would be catastrophic to you, if $10,000 seriously rocks your financial world, you should probably have it insured. If you've got a $500 lawnmower, probably not worth insurance, because you can probably absorb the risk of $500. Okay, so four quick things on your property. This is where it starts to get expensive, is when we talk about protecting other people's properties. First thing you want to be careful of is to watch rocks when you are trimming and edging and mowing. If there's rocks around, that is a real hazard. A rock can fly, hit a window, there's $500. A rock can fly, it can hit a car window, there's maybe $1,500. A rock can fly and dent a car, but depending on what type of car it is, that can be very expensive. So be careful. Do not trim or edge when there's rocks around. Be careful. Many students will pay for this. This happens again every year. Somebody breaks a window, and that's a significant risk to your business. You're going to have to pay for it out of pocket or with your insurance. Either one, it's just not worth it. Make sure you watch for cars. As I mentioned before, that's when it gets expensive, is when cars are involved. Another one that maybe you don't think about is when you're trimming. I know you want to get every last little inch of grass cut, as you should. But if there's grass that's bumping up against trees, do not weed eat too close to those trees. If your trimmer hits a tree, it could literally kill the tree. The way that trees work is their nutrients flow on the outside of the tree, especially with a new kind of baby tree. If you're whacking that baby tree with a trimmer, it can die. It's happened to us before. It can cost you a lot of money. And then just be sure you've got liability insurance to protect your business if any of these things do happen. This is when it gets really, really serious, is when it comes to your safety. It starts with wearing a good pair of safety glasses. Friends, again, it's not worth it for you to run your business and make $10,000 in a summer and then lose one of your eyes. That's foolishness. Do not do that. Wear your safety glasses all the time, especially when you're trimming and edging. Rocks fly. You do not want a rock to fly into your eye. That's silly. Wear your safety glasses and wear a pair of safety glasses that you enjoy. It's worth it to invest $10 in glasses that don't fog up. Maybe they're glasses that have some tint to them when it's real sunny outside. Get some glasses that you like, so you wear them more often. This is one that doesn't get a whole lot of press, but this is the most dangerous thing that can happen to you when you're mowing. If you lose an eye, you lose an eye. If you cut off your foot, you cut off your foot. It's probably not going to kill you, but heat stroke could literally kill you. So if you're out working all day without a water bottle, you're in serious trouble. If you are mowing and you start to feel woozy or you stop sweating, those could be serious signs that heat stroke is at play. So ways to mitigate against that. First of all, stay hydrated. Super important. Second of all, try to mow early in the morning and then later in the afternoon, early evening. If you can avoid that 105-degree heat, that would be great. Wear a hat. Wear a cool bandana around your neck. There's several things you can do to cool yourself off. Number one thing is stay hydrated. This could literally kill you. Do not let this happen to you. Another thing that can kill you, there's a lot of these things, is car wrecks, friends. We do not want this to happen. Do not text and drive. Do not be in a hurry. And again, this is not just a life principle. This is a business principle. If you get seriously injured, your business is over. All of that you've invested into it, your business is over. If you are running a company, when you are hiring a bunch of employees, if one of them gets seriously injured, your business could be over. Safety is so important, not only as a life principle, but also as a business principle. Hearing protection and gloves. To be quite honest, this is not that important. It's good to do. What I like about hearing protection is it makes you look official. It helps you hear your audiobooks a little bit better. Gloves are good too if you're using a gas edger or a gas trimmer. Those vibrations can cause carpal tunnel. They can do some weird things to your hands. And so both of these are a good idea, but nowhere near the importance of safety glasses, a water bottle, and careful driving. One more here. It's important. Any equipment you are using, good idea to read the owner's manual. They're going to have some tips and tricks that I have not mentioned here. Would encourage you to do that. But the 4 that I've listed here are the big ones to be careful of. Again, one that's most likely to kill you is heat stroke. One that is most likely to kill you and other people would be a car wreck. So please, please, please be careful while you work. Next thing is protecting other people. This is the last part of this training. So it starts with turning off machines around children. You guys know how kids are. Kids will follow you around the yard. What happens is some kid's following you around and you back up to turn around and a kid gets caught in the mower. Thank goodness that's never happened to anybody in our program. We have been so fortunate. There have been no serious injuries to anybody in our program. But friends, as we get hundreds and thousands of business owners, that risk increases dramatically. And the only thing worse than hurting yourself is hurting a child. You will have such a hard time sleeping at night. Please, 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 if a kid is around, that equipment goes off. As a general rule of thumb, no kids in the yard whatsoever. No kids. Second thing is, maybe it's not even just the kids of the home you are mowing. Maybe it's somebody walking their dog or walking their family on a sidewalk. If you see them coming, turn off your equipment, step back like a professional and let them pass. Sure, the risk is low. They're probably not going to get hurt, but it's not worth taking that risk. Again, wise business people, they risk only money. They do not take unnecessary risks with human safety. Not worth it. Again, safety while driving, it's very, very important. And then again, a good idea for all of these things. There may be things that you cannot control. Maybe there's a rock you don't see and it blows through your mower somehow and it hits a car, which hits a tree and there's some injuries, having liability insurance is very important, or else your wages could be garnished, your assets could be seized. There's a lot of big bad things in there. So a good idea to have liability insurance. Big ones here though: safety while driving, and turning off the machines if other people are nearby. And again, as you think about your employees, all of these rules for you, they go for your employees too. They go for the business owners you're working with. Safety glasses, water bottles, careful driving, all of those are a huge deal. So please, please, please take care of yourself, take care of others, take care of your equipment. But you know what? If you want to not take care of your equipment and you want to lose some of your equipment, not the end of the world. That's a $200 mistake, a $300 mistake, a $400 mistake. These types of mistakes, you cannot put a dollar value on somebody's life, on somebody's arm, on somebody's eye. These businesses have serious risks. And as a true professional, you need to manage those risks well. Last thing here, the two big principles of business is thinking long-term and thinking win-win. If those are your goals, you're not just trying to make a buck tomorrow, you're not trying to get one more yard done, you're not trying to get 5 minutes off your time to improve your hourly rate. Your goal is long-term success. If your goal is long-term success, a true win-win where everybody who interacts with your business is better off, you've got to focus on safety.